Today, the angels whisper something profound to their heart, something that involves an unsaid truth, but pulses intensely in the heart of the one who occupies their thoughts. This story, built upon encounters and missed connections, carries within it a unique beauty, but also a weight. There is something that they still haven't had the courage to share with you. Between intense gazes and silent gestures, there is a secret, a truth kept under lock and key that can completely transform what you know as reality. Since the moment you crossed paths, something special began to unfold. It wasn't just a casual encounter, but rather the collision of two souls destined to learn from each other. Every word exchanged, every gesture, every silence, all of this was part of a cosmic dance, guided by something greater than both of you. But behind this connection lies a heart that wrestles with fears, insecurities, and shadows that have not yet been overcome. The angels show that they feel something so deep that it scares them. It's as if the love you awakened in them makes them face a mirror that reveals parts of themselves that have been neglected for years. It's not about a lack of feeling. On the contrary, it's about the intensity of everything they feel, and how it forces them to confront truths they have avoided for so long. You may notice moments when they seem hesitant, as if they were in an internal battle. The angels show that while their heart desires to surrender completely, their mind resists, creating barriers that prevent them from fully expressing what they feel. This conflict is exhausting for them, but also necessary, as it is part of the healing and evolving process they are going through. What the angels want you to know is that you represent something they have never seen before. You are like a lighthouse in the midst of darkness, guiding them out of their uncertainties and showing that love can be more than pain or fear. Their presence is like a constant reminder that it is worth fighting for what is true, even if it requires facing their own inner demons. There are moments when they think about opening up, about telling everything they feel and confessing the fears that have imprisoned them. However, vulnerability terrifies them. They fear that by sharing these truths, they may lose you, as if the act of opening up could push them away from something so precious. This fear is irrational, but very real to them, and the angels are working to help them overcome it. The angels ask you to keep your heart open and compassionate, because this person is going through an emotional storm that requires time and patience. The light you bring into their life is an antidote to the shadows they carry, but the healing process is something that can only be completed by themselves. And in this journey, your role is crucial, as you represent a safe harbor. The signs are everywhere. Perhaps you notice small gestures, subtle changes in their behavior, like a longer smile, a gaze that seems to search for the right words, or even silences that speak more than any words. All of this points to the love they feel, but also to the battles they fight with themselves to fully embrace it. What they still need to tell you is something that cannot be forced. The angels show that this secret will come to light at the right moment, when the energies are aligned and they are ready to expose their soul without fear of judgment. Until then, your patience and understanding will be the foundations of this relationship that has a much greater purpose than you both imagine. The connection between you is divine, and the angels are orchestrating every detail so that this love story unfolds as it should. The challenges you are facing now are like stones on the path, necessary to strengthen the foundation of what is to come. Nothing happens by chance, and what seems to be an obstacle today will be a valuable lesson tomorrow. The angels also want you to know that they are not alone in this process. They are by your side, guiding your steps and sending signals that everything is following a divine plan. Pay attention to synchronicities, to the small moments that seem too significant to be mere coincidences. These are reminders that you are on the right path. When this truth is revealed, it will have the power to transform your relationship. It may bring tears, but it will also bring clarity and liberation. The angels ensure that this revelation will be the starting point for a new chapter, deeper, more authentic, and full of love. What this person feels for you is so immense that they find themselves lost in their own thoughts, trying to understand how someone like you could bring so much meaning to their life. They want you to know that, even without being able to express everything, every gesture of yours is kept in their heart as a treasure. If there's something the angels make clear, it's that you were sent into this person's life for a greater purpose. You are the answer to questions they didn't even know they had. And even though the journey here has been challenging, it is paved with lessons that both needed to learn. The next steps depend on an act of courage. The angels show that soon, this person will find themselves at a crossroads, continue hiding what they feel or finally embrace the love overflowing from their heart. And at that moment, the light you represent will be the beacon that guides them to the right choice. The angels ask you to stay strong in their faith. True love always finds a way, and the story you are writing together will be a testimony to that. There is a happy ending reserved for both of you, but it can only be reached if they are willing to face the truths in their hearts. This is the essence of what the angels want you to know today. The love you share is unique, and the challenges you are facing now are just a prelude to something much greater. Keep being the light that you are, and trust that the universe is working to align everything at the perfect moment. As this person gets lost in their own thoughts, the angels reveal something profound. There is a connection between them that goes beyond what the eyes can see or the heart can explain. It's not something common, and they feel it, even if they don't say it out loud. This connection is rare, unique, something that transforms and challenges at the same time. They realize that when they are near you, the world around them seems to quiet down, as if only the two of you matter. It's an intense sensation, but it deeply scares them because it touches parts of them that they have always preferred to hide. This person carries memories that still hurt, wounds that time hasn't been able to completely erase. These are scars that made them believe that trusting is dangerous, that opening their heart could mean getting hurt again. Still, something inside them knows that you are different. But this recognition does not make things easy. On the contrary, it brings forth an internal conflict, a struggle between the desire to surrender and the fear of reliving what has hurt them before. The angels show that despite all this apprehension, something has started to change. Their presence is like a light that illuminates those dark parts of them, breaking down barriers that seemed insurmountable. Gradually, they feel that the defenses they built so carefully are crumbling, even if they try to fight against it. It's as if the strength of this love is beyond any control they think they have. It's something that grows, pulsates, and challenges them to be more than just someone who fears. Still, they hesitate. Not because they don't feel, but because they feel too much. For them, what is happening is so strong, so true, that the idea of losing it paralyzes them. And this vulnerability makes them question if they are ready to face everything that this love can bring. But the angels are by their side, guiding them, showing that true love is not something to control, but something to live, with all its imperfections, risks, and rewards. As much as they are afraid, the impact you had on their life is undeniable. The angels say that in moments of silence, they think of you, how your presence brought a new perspective, a hope they didn't even know they needed. What was once just doubt is now starting to give way to small certainties. Even if they can't express it, you are helping to heal something very deep within them, something they didn't even know how to deal with. This journey is not easy, but it is real, and that is what makes it so special. What you share is different, is rare, is something that cannot be ignored or erased. The angels ask you to keep trusting, because the love you have has the power to transform, to heal, to unite. Even when it seems difficult, remember, every step you take is guided by something much greater, something that is working to align everything at the right time. This person is not indifferent to what they feel, but they need time to process everything. It's as if they are learning to trust again, to set aside fear, and make room for something new, something as genuine as it is rare. The angels show that this love is helping them face what once seemed impossible. With every step, not matter how small, they are getting closer to a place where they can finally feel safe enough to be true, to show you everything they hold in their heart. That's why the angels ask for patience. This journey is not simple, but it's necessary. What is being built here goes beyond anything temporary. It's something with deep roots. And that's exactly why it's worth waiting for. The signs are there, even if subtle. Every gesture, every look, every unspoken word carries the weight of what they feel. And even if there is still hesitation, the love growing inside of them is slowly winning. What you share is rare and powerful. It's not just about the present, but about the potential of the future. And the angels ask you to keep believing, because even though the path is challenging, it's leading you to something much greater than you can imagine now. Trust that everything is aligning in the right time, and that true love always finds its way. You may have noticed moments when this person seems almost ready to open up, but at the last moment, they hold back. This hesitation reflects the internal conflict they are facing, a struggle between the desire to trust you and the fear of getting hurt. The angels say that every small step they take towards you is a victory, even if it seems imperceptible. These advances, though timid, are clear signs that the love they feel is breaking down barriers. And you, with your patience, are the pillar supporting this delicate process. What makes all this more beautiful is that they never asked for anything other than sincerity. They do not demand perfection, only truth, and this simplicity is what touches their heart the most. The angels reveal that for them, it is almost unbelievable to find someone who accepts them for who they are, without unrealistic expectations. This acceptance is like a balm to their wounds, a reminder that true love does not judge but embraces. And that is exactly what is causing them to reconsider everything they thought they knew about love. They are also beginning to realize something that changes everything. The fear they feel is not greater than the love that propels them. The angels say that even in the moments when they try to pull away, the connection between you calls them back. It's as if the universe conspires to keep you close, creating circumstances that make it impossible to ignore what is happening. This force is irresistible, and sooner or later, they will have to accept it. And when that happens, you will see the transformation begin to take shape. There is something deeply spiritual in what you share. The angels reveal that it is not just an earthly relationship, but a union of souls that transcends time. In past lives, your journeys have already crossed, and now you are being given the opportunity to complete what was interrupted. This perspective may be difficult to understand, but the angels ask you to trust the divine plan. Every challenge, every emotion, every moment is part of a greater purpose that will still be revealed. In the moments when they seem distant, know that they are immersed in thoughts about you. The angels show that they mentally revisit every interaction, every word, every smile, seeking to find the courage to take the next step. It's not a question of lack of will, but of time and process. They are learning to deal with the emotions you have awakened, and this learning requires patience. Even though it may seem slow, the change is happening, and the angels assure that it's just a matter of time. Their presence in this person's life is like a light that illuminates the darkest corners of their soul. The angels show that, without you, they would feel lost in a labyrinth of doubts and fears. You brought clarity to a confused mind and comfort to a restless heart. This influence is something they cannot ignore, no matter how hard they try. That's why, even in the moments they pull away, something brings them back to you, as if a greater force were guiding them. The angels also ask you to take care of yourself while you wait. Your energy is precious, and it's important that you stay balanced and at peace. This person is in a process of evolution, but that doesn't mean you should forget your own needs. By taking care of yourself, you will be even more prepared to offer support when they finally open up. The angels are by your side, ensuring that you receive the necessary strength to continue on this path. Soon, this person will be ready to share what they have kept in their heart. The angels show that when this moment comes, it will feel like a huge weight has been lifted off their shoulders. The truth they will reveal will be liberating, both for them and for you. It will be a moment of unity, mutual understanding, and renewal. And it will be the beginning of a new chapter, stronger and truer than anything you have lived so far. This revelation will not only be a relief, but also a milestone in the path they are walking together. The angels say that from there they will be able to build something even more beautiful, based on trust and honesty. That is the destiny awaiting them, and the angels are working to align everything at the right time. Their patience and faith will be rewarded in ways they can't even imagine. As this person tries to understand the whirlwind of feelings overwhelming them, the angels show that there is something greater connecting the two of you. It's not just any relationship, one of those that come and go. It's a deep, almost palpable connection that transcends what the eyes can see. For them, the simple fact of being by your side already holds tremendous significance, but it scares them. This kind of intense love is not easy to handle, especially for someone who has carried scars from the past. They look at you and feel a peace they never found anywhere else. It's as if, in that moment, the rest of the world disappears. But at the same time, that fear arises. Can I live up to this? Am I ready for all of this? This internal conflict paralyzes them. It's not a lack of love, on the contrary, it's precisely the size of the feeling that makes them hesitate. The love they feel is so great that it brings along the fear of not being good enough. At this moment, the angels ask you to take a deep breath and trust. There is no rush in the divine plan. Every step that person takes, no matter how small it may seem, is a step towards you. They are in a process of understanding, accepting, and opening up to what you can be together. And behind the scenes, a greater force is aligning everything. It's as if the universe is arranging every detail so that when the right moment comes, nothing will stand in the way. It is important to remember that this journey is not easy for them. There is a battle happening within themselves, between the comfort of what they already know and the leap into the new, into the uncertain, but pulsating with the promise of something true. This choice is not simple. The fear of the unknown screams loudly, but the desire to be by their side is even greater. And the angels want you to know, this struggle they face is an essential step on your path together. Though at times it may seem like nothing is happening, know that changes are happening in due time. Their transformation is slow because it is deep. They are not only learning to love, but also to accept themselves, to trust in themselves and in the love you share. Every thought about you is a small victory, a reminder that it is worth the risk, that you are the place where they want to be. The angels ask you to keep the faith. Trust what you feel and what you cannot see. This connection is rare, precious, and is being cared for by something much greater than the two of you. Everything has its time, and true love never comes too late. Deep down, they know that you are the one who makes everything worthwhile. What you have is not common, it is special. And that, in itself, is enough to believe that everything will fall into place. This person is often consumed by thoughts of you, and the angels show that this is starting to transform the way they see life. Things that once seemed important now lose their meaning in the face of the intensity of this love. They find themselves dreaming of a future by your side, imagining what it would be like to build something solid and lasting. But at the same time, the weight of insecurities keeps them cautious, fearing the changes that this love would bring. The angels also reveal that this person is dealing with deep issues of self-acceptance. They inspire you to confront parts of themselves that they have avoided for a long time, but this process can be painful. It's as if you are a mirror, reflecting not only their potential but also the challenges they need to overcome. Nevertheless, the light you bring is a constant reminder that they are capable of growing and transforming. In moments of silence, know that this person is processing all they feel. The angels show that, even though they may seem distant, their mind is filled with thoughts about the two of you. They are trying to find a way to balance the love they feel with the fears that hold them back. And even if it takes time, the angels assure that their heart will win this battle. It's just a matter of time until they allow themselves to fully live what they feel for you. The connection between you is so intense that, even without words, you can communicate. A glance, a gesture, a shared silence, all of these speak louder than any statement. The angels say that this bond is a divine gift, something few are lucky enough to experience. And that's why it's worth being patient and trusting that everything will happen at the right time. This person is afraid of failing, of not being able to meet your expectations. The angels show that, in many ways, they feel inadequate, as if they are not good enough for you. But the love you show is like a balm, helping them see that no one needs to be perfect to be loved. This realization is changing the way they see themselves, making them more open to accepting the love you share. The angels ask you to keep being the light you are, as their energy is essential for this process. Their patience, compassion, and strength are like anchors for this person, who often feels adrift in their own emotions. And even if they can't express it in words, know that they are deeply grateful for everything you do. Every gesture of yours is a reminder that it's worth fighting for this love. There is a moment of awakening approaching, and the angels show that it will be transformative. They'll finally see clearly what you mean to them and will have the courage to act. It will be a moment of liberation, where the weight of doubts and fears will be replaced by the certainty of love. And when that happens, you will be able to build something even more beautiful and meaningful together. This revelation will be like a turning point, marking the beginning of a new phase for the two of you. The angels say that, from that moment on, your relationship will be stronger, truer, and full of purpose. What once seemed unattainable will now be within reach, and you will be able to explore together the boundless potential of this connection. It's the beginning of something that transcends any expectation. The signs of the universe are everywhere, and the angels ask you to pay attention. A song, a phrase, or even a dream, all of this could be a message indicating that you're on the right path. These signs are reminders that you are not alone, that the angels are guiding every step of this journey. Trust them and allow these little miracles to strengthen your faith. The transformation that is happening within this person is something you have helped catalyze. The angels show that without them, they would not have found the courage to face their own shadows. Their presence is like a compass, guiding them towards a future where love is the guide. And although the path is challenging, the angels assure that the reward will be greater than any difficulty faced. Each day that passes, this person feels it is becoming more difficult to hide what they truly feel for you. The angels reveal that, even with so many doubts and fears, there is something much greater inside them that cries out for a transformation, for a fresh start that only makes sense if it's by your side. It's as if your presence has ignited a flame long forgotten in their soul, something that reminds them of what love is in its purest form. But this discovery does not come without conflicts. Inside, they are in turmoil, trying to decide between risking everything for this feeling or retreating to the comfort zone that has always protected them. These ups and downs can be difficult to understand, but the angels want you to know that they are part of something greater. This hesitation is not a lack of love, but the reflection of someone who still needs to heal wounds they have carried for a long time. This person is facing the toughest parts of themselves, the ones they used to avoid at all costs. And even though it may seem like a slow process, every step they take towards healing is guided by the love they feel for you. The angels ask you to trust. Divine timing is at work, even when everything seems to be at a standstill. In moments of great vulnerability, they mentally revisit every detail they lived with you. Their words, their looks, even the silences between you, all of that is analyzed in search of meaning. They try to understand how someone like you managed to enter their life and change so much in such a short time. This reflection awakens feelings of admiration in them, but also of insecurity, as if you were something too great, something they are still learning to believe they deserve. However, at the same time, this realization ignites in them a genuine desire to be better, to grow as a person, to be at your level. The angels show that, even though this indecision may seem frustrating, it is essential for this person's growth. This moment of reflection, however challenging it may be, is helping them to face their shadows head-on and find a new way to experience love. Your love's presence is what drives them, even on days when they don't know how to express what they feel. The angels ask you to stay strong, for your role in this process is much greater than you imagine. The trust you offer, even without demanding anything in return, is what keeps this person moving forward. And little by little, they realize that the fear of failure cannot be greater than the desire to fully experience this feeling. The angels are orchestrating everything, and you, with your patience and understanding, are the support they need to get through this time. Therefore, do not doubt. Even in moments when everything seems confusing, know that something much bigger is happening. The love you share is transforming not only the relationship, but also the way this person sees life and themselves. This is rare. This is unique. And it's worth every second of waiting. Behind every hesitation, there is a deep desire to open up, to show who they really are. The angels reveal that this person carries wounds from the past, hurts that made them build walls around their heart. But now, in the face of the strength of this love, these walls are starting to crumble. Every time you show patience and understanding, you give them the necessary push to move forward. The connection you share is a constant reminder that true love is worth every effort. The angels show that even in moments of silence, this person feels your presence as a beacon guiding them. It's not just about what you have already experienced, but about the potential of what you can still build together. This thought fills them with hope, even when doubts try to take over. They dream of a future where they can be completely open with you, without fear of judgment or rejection. The angels show that this dream is what motivates them to face their own fears and insecurities. It's as if they know that by your side, everything is possible, even the challenges that once seemed insurmountable. This feeling is proof that the love you share is stronger than any barrier. The angels ask you to continue being patient, as this journey takes time. They show that your light is what sustains this person in the toughest moments, reminding them that it is worth keeping trying. Even if you don't see immediate results, know that every gesture of yours is helping to build the foundation of something lasting and meaningful. Trust that your efforts are not in vain. When they finally open up, it will be as if a huge weight has been lifted off their shoulders. The angels show that this moment will be transformative, not just for them, but for both of you. It will be the beginning of a new phase where transparency and trust will be the pillars of your relationship. And from there, you can explore together the true potential of this unique connection. This moment is closer than you imagine, and the angels ask you to keep your faith. Every obstacle you are facing now is an opportunity to strengthen what you have together. Although it may seem challenging at present, the angels assure that these challenges are necessary to prepare you for what is to come. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The transformation that they are going through is a deep and spiritual process. The angels show that they are learning to reconnect with their own essence, to rediscover what truly matters. And you are a fundamental part of this journey, a constant reminder that love is the most powerful force that exists. Your presence is what inspires them to keep moving forward, even when everything seems uncertain. In moments when you feel like nothing is changing, remember that true transformation happens from the inside out. The angels ask you to trust in what you cannot see, in the invisible work being done behind the scenes. Every gesture, every word, every silence is part of a greater plan unfolding perfectly. Your patience and faith are the keys to sustaining this connection. They are learning to trust again, to believe that love does not have to be synonymous with pain. The angels show that this is a tough lesson but necessary for them to be ready for what you can build together. And with your help, They are beginning to see that it is possible to love and be loved unconditionally. This learning is what will open the doors to the next chapter of your story. The angels bring a powerful reminder. The moment they open up will be transformative. Imagine the impact of years of suppressed feelings finally finding room to be expressed, without fear, without barriers. When this happens, it will be as if a heavy burden has been lifted from their shoulders. You will be the safe harbor where they will find comfort to expose their deepest emotions. Every word, even the hardest to hear, will be an opportunity to build something even truer between you. This surrender goes far beyond mere words or confessions. It is the beginning of a relationship that can finally blossom fully, without the ghosts of the past that have so far prevented this love from growing. The angels show that they are gathering the courage to show a side of themselves that perhaps no one else has known. It's a rare and precious act of trust, and you will be there to embrace it with an open heart. This moment will not only be about them, it will be about the two of you. Their vulnerability will create a space for you to also share your own emotions, fears, and hopes. Together, you will discover that the true strength of a relationship lies in authenticity, in being who you really are for each other. There are no masks, no barriers, only the truth of two hearts that have chosen to meet. The angels ask you to prepare emotionally, because what lies ahead may be intense. It will not just be a conversation, it will be a transformation. Their words may bring forth feelings you didn't even know were buried, but that is part of the healing process that both of you need to move forward. Each revelation will be a piece of a puzzle that, when complete, will reveal the true essence of the love you share. What angels most want you to know is that this moment is not the end, it is a new beginning. With every truth spoken, every tear shed, they will be planting the seeds of a stronger and more meaningful relationship. It is about building something lasting, where trust and love are the main pillars. And from this moment on, you will have the opportunity to create a story that is uniquely yours, guided by everything you have lived and learned together until now. This journey, so full of challenges and moments of uncertainty, is about to bring something that you may have never believed possible. The angels show that every tear you have shed, every doubt that has gripped your heart, and every moment of silent waiting has, in fact, been part of a greater purpose. All of this is building the foundation for something stronger, truer, something that only deeply connected souls can create together. The love you share is unique, not just a story that happened to intersect, but a destined encounter. It is rare, intense, and above all, precious. The angels are tirelessly working to align the forces of the universe in every detail of this connection. What may have seemed like a delay, a difficulty, now reveals itself as an essential part of your growth together. When they finally decide to open their heart, you will notice something magical. It will not just be the weight of words they share, but the delivery of a truth so pure that it will transform the way you see each other. It will be as if the light of a new understanding floods their eyes, and you will see it clearly. This transformation will bring a serenity that only true love can provide. And this change, although profound, will not be theirs alone. You will also feel the difference. It will be as if a new cycle is beginning between them, full of meaning, of a force that inspires. The angels show that it will be a moment where they will both feel renewed, as if all the weight of the past were replaced by a new energy, made of hope and harmony. It's the kind of fresh start that only happens when souls are truly ready to surrender. What is yet to come is not just a future together, but a purposeful future. Every word, every choice, and every gesture between them will be more loaded with clear intentions and genuine feelings. The angels ask you to stand firm, to trust in this process, because what you are about to experience will be much more than you ever imagined. It's the kind of love that transforms, heals, and uplifts everything around. This is the moment to believe. To believe that every challenge was necessary to get to this point. The angels show that nothing is out of place, and that the trust you place in this love will be rewarded. You are about to build something that goes beyond words, a connection that speaks directly to the soul and which will be an example that true love is always worth waiting for. The angels want you to know that this revelation will be more than an emotional moment. It will be a fresh start. It will be the opportunity to rebuild the relationship on even stronger foundations, with transparency, trust, and unconditional love. And from there, you will have the freedom to explore together all that this connection can offer. It's a new beginning, marked by promises of mutual growth. There is a lesson in every obstacle they have faced so far. The angels show that each difficulty served to strengthen the foundation of what they are building. Nothing was in vain, everything had a divine purpose, even the toughest moments. And now, as their love flourishes, they will see how every piece of this journey made sense. The truth that this person will share with them will be liberating, but it will also require reciprocity. The angels ask that they be ready to open up as well, to share their own truths and insecurities. This exchange will be essential for their connection to reach its full potential. And by doing so, they will see that love can be even deeper than they imagined. This love was written in the stars, planned by higher forces before they even met. The angels show that every detail of this journey was carefully orchestrated to bring them to this moment. And now, as they walk together towards a shared future, they can be sure that they are not alone. The angels are by their side, guiding each step. The next days will be crucial, full of signs and opportunities for this love to manifest even more powerfully. The angels ask that they be attentive, as the universe will speak to them in subtle ways. A song, a phrase, or even an unexpected encounter may be what they need to understand what is to come. Trust the signs and allow them to guide your heart. This love is more than an earthly connection, it is spiritual, transcending time and space. The angels show that they did not meet by chance, but because their souls were destined to reconnect in this life. That's why this connection is so strong, so unshakable, even in the face of challenges. And that's why it's worth fighting for it. When they look back, they will see how every moment of this journey was meaningful. The angels ensure that the tears that fell now will be replaced by smiles, and the doubts by certainties. This is the power of true love, which turns pains into lessons and fears into courage. And they will be a living example of that. The angels ask that you end this phase with gratitude in your heart. Be thankful for the love you have found, for the lessons you have learned, and for the moments you have shared. This gratitude will open doors to even more blessings in your life and in the relationship you are building together. Trust that the best is yet to come. And when everything seems perfect, remember that this story does not end here. The angels show that this is just the beginning of something much greater. You will continue to grow, to learn, and to love each other in ways you cannot yet imagine. This is the destiny of souls meant to find each other.